Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Galactic Civilizations 4 and our playthrough as the Xendar Brood and our ongoing war with the Luxar. We may, in fact, be in a death spiral. We have to make something happen. We need to make some sort of progress. And I believe we're going to try our best to pick up Drengi here and maybe start taking away some ability of our opponents to replenish their supplies. Or something. Something needs to happen. So we're probably going to slip a couple of siege ships into a fleet and send them out to try and make something happen. Because something does need to happen. We need to end this war and we need to get our culture production back up and going in order to compete. And then we need to be in a position to stop the Arceans from winning the game, which they most certainly will be very close to doing once they claim all of this territory, which they're very, very close. New Iconia is about to fall. I mean, it's looking like an Arcean victory at the moment, assuming that the Luxar don't take us out. All right, let's send it and see where this one goes. In your alien brainwashing in 3 months for a little bit more culture. We take a no casualty fight over at our shipyard, a total loss on our military starbase over in Hector. Weird that we actually left that undefended, but I don't actually think there was anything we could do to defend it. We have no choice. We have to surrender to the Iconian Refuge. You've been good to us in the past. It is the corporate sector tapping out to the Iconians. The corporate sector have been destroyed. Well, that's interesting. We now have all of this territory here. We do that is something of a problem because while, you know, on paper it's more worlds, which would be good, what is going to happen is the Terrans here are probably going to immediately declare war on us because they now have the ship range to launch a war. This is just going to cause us more problems, bring us into conflict with these guys. So what I'll do is I'm probably going to trade away all of these worlds and I will trade them to somebody who can actively fight against the Arceans, who are very, very powerful. Now, I don't think the Terrans are a match. Kind of the Kryn Syndicate, actually, maybe. I think we're going to trade it to the Kryn. So let's see which worlds they are and we'll actually just give them all of that territory. It's the Murfid, the Gandalf, the Marilyn, and the Thin Door worlds, I think, that we've been given. I don't think that there's anything else. But we'll gift all of that to the Kryn, and then hopefully these two powers will fight each other. And maybe we'll be able to intervene at some point. I don't know. We do get an invader, however. I like that. And some ships. But anyway, let's seal this deal. Let's head over to the Kryn. Let's speak to him. A trade proposal. I would like to give you, I believe it was the Murfid system, the Gandalf Thrindor, Thindror, Lilia Borea. Where is this one? Well, and anyway, Valkyrie, 72% in rebellion. I don't think Valkyrie is one of them. Hang on a second. We need to make sure we ditch all the planets. Can't forget any. Okay. So I think this is Valkyrie, and that's Serena. We have quite a few ships, but we have a ship on station. We'll deal with that in just a second. Back to you guys. Trade. Okay. Once again, you can have all of these worlds. Any treaties that you need as well, I'll give you, just throw that in there. And let's see what technologies we can get. There's actually quite a lot of technologies that we can get off of these guys. Quantum computing. What I'm looking for is weaponry. Neutronium weapons, the Phoenix missiles. I would like terraforming. You know, just give me all of these. They'll basically just give me whatever I want. Strategic resources, anything valuable? No? I don't know why I'm actually considering. I'll just take everything. I'll take the lot. I'll take 50 of those. I'll take all 14 of your precursor nanites. I'll just take the lot. I'll just take everything. Give me all your credits. Give me all your credits per month. I'll persuade you. Okay. And that seems like a fair deal to me. You got any good star bases doing... No, that's counterproductive. Counterproductive. This will work for me. We avoid more wars and problems diplomatically. We gain a whole bunch of technologies. Not anything too amazing, but it's all good. A whole bunch of modules, some resources that we can sell for some cash, a bunch of income per turn, etc., etc. This is all very, very good. I'll accept it. I'm pretty sure if we had held on to these worlds, all that it would do will cause the Terrans to go immediately to war with us for no good reason. So let's just avoid the whole thing. What I will do is pack up all the ships, however. It seems that I can't outside of ship range. So what do I do with these guys? All right, scuttle them. Yeah, I'm actually going to gift it to the corporate sector. You can have them all. Enjoy. Okay, now back on the war front. Hector, seems they're coming out in threes, and that's fine. I can deal with ships in groups of threes all day long. Not a problem. We'll heal back up to full off of that. We don't want to stray too far from home, however. With 13 moves, we can make that attack, so I will. And that sort of puts us kind of where we want to be. I'm thinking maybe we get up a construction ship here and we launch the attack. Although the attack is going to come down towards Drengi, possibly. Now, as for our military, we are building up something of a fleet. Weaver coming out in 3 turns. We have a few ships back here on the defense. Seems like our scopes are clear. We have more ships to give away. Well, the probe I'll just say to explore. What are you? A probe? Go away. You guys be gifted. These are quite a few cruisers. Might have been good if we could have actually saved this, but that's fine. We'll give it all to the Kryn. They're going to need it. They are going to need it if our plan works. Giving it to the corporate sector. That's weird. They're out of the game. I guess this is still classed as corporate sector. So, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. Try to get as close to here as possible. Keep it going. Fine. Kill my probe. See if I care. More ships coming in. I accept your sacrifice. Some ships over here. We should be able to parry that with ease. Corporate sector have been destroyed. Thank you. That is olds. That is not news. The Arceans up to 61% of the way to a victory. What is the situation on the diplomatic front? Can we get the Kryn to go to war? We should have probably asked them to go straight to war with the Arceans. Maybe they're a little bit weaker. The Terrans are now at war with the Arceans. Let's see if we can actually get the Kryn involved. We won't be able to talk with them to get them to do that trade. We'll have to wait for that to come back off cooldown. But the Terrans... They do have carriers, and carriers are powerful, but the Arceans just have so very many numbers. This probe can't actually find an interesting direction for us. I will keep this probe somewhere over here. We'll put him to sleep in a minute. We're getting out another Lux over here, which will be good, but I actually would like a couple constructors out of this shipyard. Once that Weaver is done, the Intruder, and then maybe back to 1 turning. We've so many different iterations of the Lux here. Just going to assume this is our most recent one. Once we get up this army... Oh, I did forget about this. Would have preferred to go out and meet them. But it's okay. This border pressure is getting a little bit out of hand. And I don't understand where it's coming from. They've got 72 versus our 63. So yeah, we are losing a lot of culture because of this war. We need to make it happen. We need to make it happen as of like yesterday. We might be able to push out with just 1 assault ship, but that might be premature. Let's sail back and get ready to meet. Back on the planet, we should have a lot more that we can do here. Now that we've been able to terraform and we got a bunch of new technologies. Nothing too incredible, however. Influence growth +3 in the empathic chrysalis. A little bit of extra gross income, not terrible. If we put it down here, it could be very nice. Do a planetary conversion. Influence growth +5%. We'll stick that on our home planet of Silkspire. Unclear where, but I do feel like these 2 tiles are just prime Primo spots. Do a planetary conversion. Get those done. An intriguing offer from May Aid Cultural Exchange Office. We'll take the risk for the aid. I like the Kryn Syndicate. I'll accept this. 150 stored goods. We take those. We probably need a governor. Or two. Where my governor is at. We're actually a pretty decent governor. Heretical, minus 10 approval when appointed as governor. Oof. Let's maybe do a leader recruit. Invite leaders. We get something better. Migarsh. Toxic diplomat. Minus 5% approval to the civilization they are assigned. Irresponsible with money. 40. Oh my goodness. These fighters are awful. You know what? Just, you become a leader. At this point, what we need are shipyards. Lots of shipyards. Slums. Gross. No, cancel that. Destroy it. Destroy it. Okay. Now, there's maybe like the best we could do is a little bit of manufacturing. A toxin filter nursery. That's in the wrong spot. Don't want that there. In fact, I don't like any of this stuff. Get rid of it all. That may be you. Are we looking? Okay, let's maybe put down the planetary generator here. A core tap would be very nice. We'll throw the core tap there. A supply depot. A planetary generator. Get rid of you. We're going to want that terraformed. We'll probably want that one terraformed. I'll put this here. Okay, and once some of that builds, we'll revisit this planet. But even if it can produce for us just like widows or something, that'd be fine. That'll be just fine. Okay, alien brainwashing is done. The Iconian refuge is surrendering to the Arceans. Cool, 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 cool. Gigamass harvesting is here in 9 turns, and I feel like we're just going to go for it. There is another Weaver who by himself can solo a cruiser and a fighter, which you'll love to see. Okay, you come out to meet these guys. Let's send you home. Get you in. There we go. And let's make a strike. Let us strike. Sarkos for Drengi. Meanwhile, back on the Ruined Ring world, I think terraforming there and there and there is all we can really do. And then we'll put down a core tap. Possibly right there. Let's fly you guys home. We do have a planet over here. Dumaro. We want to give that away as soon as possible. We'll give it away to somebody who we would like to go to war with the Arceans. I'm going to give it away to the clones as well. We can't. Who can we trade with? Trade with Terrans. Oh, they gave us a lot of worlds. I don't want your worlds. These worlds are a problem. The Terrans are already at war. They gave us all of these. Runsum, Aniara, Dumara, Ashen. Yeah, we're going to give all of these to somebody. Maybe to the Yor, and then hopefully the Yor can get involved in this. Although the Arceans, if they wipe out the Yor, I find it hard to believe that the Arceans can stand against all of these people. We can't trade with them. And we want to shift these planets as quickly as possible. So we'll just give them to the Terrans. Ashen, Dumara, I believe this Ruined Ring world as well. Rusum, Anaria, Troy, I think Murphiak. We'll take everything from these guys. Carriers, Dreadnoughts. Oh, look, he's so pissed. 100 Harmony Crystals, my guy. 37. What is this? Want your credits? I want at least 30 of these bad boys. Maybe 50 of these. Another 30. We're just shopping. Shopping for everything. 40 Heliosaur. All your credits. Persuade. Okay. That's a deal. Have all of that, Terrans. Good luck in your wars. Doesn't look like it's going very well. But it does give us access to carrier tech and dreadnoughts. It may be worth building a dreadnought. Let's do a new ship design. It's going to be a dreadnought. Let's say this dreadnought, we would like to be fighting destroyers and battleships. An assault. Start a new design. And we will make it a flagship. Although we don't have precursor beams. So maybe we'll just have a normal dreadnought. Now you can put a silly amount of weaponry on a dreadnought. So let's see what we can do. We do have a fair amount of thulium, so maybe we make like a small premium ship with thulium. Probably get some good armor. Alrighty, let's see what we get. I'll put on the thulium alloy armor, as that takes 1 thulium. It's 27 armor rating. Pretty good for a mass of 3. That's just super good. E-webs because spiders. Chaff, great anti-missile stuff. What else can we do? We still don't have Elarium, so it's just going to be like 2 or 3 barrier fields, perhaps. We'll put on the repair nanites, and then all the weaponry. It'll be disruptor banks. Mass of 8, but a beam attack of 12. Did they increase the amount of mass? I don't remember anything having a mass of 8. Maybe because it's such a big ship. But alrighty. For mass of 7, kinetic attacks of 8. Let's see what other weapons we can throw on here. Enhanced railguns. I think they did tweak these things. Maybe we also want the vampire module as well. And then F it, just like disruptor banks. Just all the disruptor banks. Just all the disruptor banks. There we go. That is 244 beam attack for a total of 1, 2... how many of these things do we have? 20 disruptor banks. Let's see what how long this takes to build. Of course, it's gonna be a big bad funnel web spider. How long does that take? 5 turns? Give me one. I'm gonna mass produce those. Pirates are a threat. It's the pirates threat quest line. We would like back our military starbase. Construct it. We can get starbase defenses, plasma turrets, as long as it doesn't cost anything, like resource-wise. We'll go ahead and build it. You guys are making your way towards Drengi. Let's plot a course. Now the Archeans up to 70% of the way. If they gain much more territory, they are just going to win. So we may have to declare war, even though we can't reach them. Excellent. There is another troop transport with which we may march to war. Actually, you have space in here possibly for one of these guys. 2 of these guys, in fact. Send them out. Need to put this fleet. Have you guys wait here for a moment. Let's gift you away. Siphoning resource module has been found. A resource nullification array. Sell it. Not that we need cash at this point. Don't see any incoming. Whoopsies. Throw up another military starbase over here just in case. Then it's back to Huntsman production. You do supply ships. I don't need you doing widows. I need you to build up as quickly as possible so that your shipyard can actually build stuff for us. Get me another military starbase. All right. This ship is ready to sail. Go. Well, this is awkward. Fine. The Shattered Relic. The Honorian Battle Shield. +3 shield. +5 shield, +3 armor. That's actually very, very nice. I will put that on this fleet. Let's see if we can punch the Luxar in the teeth. They may have a military starbase or something here that we need to be on the lookout for. In fact, we can see if they have a military starbase if we hover over one of their ships and see what bonuses they're getting. The game is being a little bit sticky. Planet station, that's because they're parked on the planet. And I don't actually see a bonus from any military starbases, funny enough. Although it does say planet station bonus 2. So yes, I do believe they have a military starbase, as you'd expect. Yeah, they have. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. Oh, I did not see that they have inbounds. We will have to sort those out. And I should have actually taken care of it before this happened. Passed the turn a little bit too quickly, unfortunately. That's all on me. That is all on me. That's all my bad. Don't think I could have done anything about this, but we could have absolutely not lost anything here. However, we do need to deal with this situation, so eject all of our ships. Yep. No casualties. Possible casualties. We'll take this no casualty fight first. We'll see what the situation is here. I can't attack them because they're parked on an anomaly. This is something that they still haven't fixed. There may be a way to shift click and get them to combat, but I have never found out what that command is. Anybody knows, just, do let me know in the comment. It's like force movement onto enemy ships parked on an anomaly. Oh well. Of course. Of course, now I can't park my ships back on this starbase. I swear, this game sometimes. I'll just force them in individually. Now, I do want to keep an eye on the Arceans. Ooh, the Terrans are falling. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, we need to stop the Arceans. How can we stop the Arceans, though? Let's have a look. The Terrans are absolutely demolished. Clones don't have anything left. So we're winning that war. The Arceans are too powerful. We're bringing those numbers down. That's great. The Yor don't have anything. It's really just the corporate sector. Let's see if we could trade with the corporate sector. They're our last hope to bring balance. And I really need you guys to declare war on the Arceans. I know, I need you guys to declare war on the Arceans. They need more. I'm willing to give you a lot more. Now, to fight the Arceans, have all of my shield tech, have Gigamass Theory, Sovereign Immunity. I'll give you alliances. You know, actually have all of it. Have all of it. Take it all. Take it all. Strategic resources. You can have 30 thulium. You can have 3,000 diplomacy. Okay. What ships do you have? You have a lot of ships. You've got 453 ships. We've got some cruisers. They're terrible cruisers. They're actually extremely weak. These are a little bit better. Fairly generic cruisers, mostly shields, equipped with shattering pulse. However, some fighters, lots and lots of cruisers. So many cruisers. These are all fighters. Okay. So you're on cruiser tech. That's what you're telling me. Lots of cruisers. Except this. Have all the technology in the world. Go to war with the Arceans. The Kryn and the Arceans are at war. I might have to get involved, but I don't have a way. What I could do is fly a constructor out here maybe and build a path. Someplace that we can strike out to. If we did that, it would mean we could strike at them, but they couldn't strike at us. The thing is, I don't know if we have the ship range that extends out to here. But our first funnel web will be out. Give me one constructor after. Then it'll be another funnel web. Probably some weavers. Something like that. No casualty fight down here. We need to take this. No casualties. We need to find the military starbase as well. Take out that shipyard. With 3 movements, I think we put siege to Drengi. Now, 5 months. If we went for a planetary assault, in orbital bombardment, we'll get this done in 3-4 months for a surface invasion. I don't think shatter attacks does anything for us, really. And do we care about the state of these planets once we are done with them, is the question. I don't really want to hang out for 5 months. But honestly, we're going to need these planets in as good a shape as possible. So I will invade for 5 months. Just try to capture this. Get the shipyard. It should be fairly well developed. It was a Drengi planet. Drengen. Take over this entire system and we can push out from there. And hopefully start beating back the Luxar. Now, the other thing that we're going to want to do back on our home planet, of course, we're going to need this coordination beacon. It's a +5 coordination beacon right there. I'll accept that. Planetary recycling is good as well. Planetary recycling gives adjacency to manufacturing, so it hitting the fusion power plant, I guess, is good enough. I don't really need it to be as, like, super buff as that, so maybe, like, put the planetary recycling here. Don't really want to use this tile either. We'll throw it there for now. Those are some good projects. What I would like is for this planet to stop building widows and get me constructors. We need to get back up our network around Silkspire now that we're sort of pushing the war away. Supply ships go to Serene. There is another funnel web. I'm very tempted to grab this force and push out as well in this direction. Hector, get back up that shipyard. He can probably solo most of what's going on out here. Maybe not those two. Come back. get a scout. We're on the hyperlane, so it's fine. We can probably check as well if we can take this fight. The total loss, and seeing as we have this inbound coming, let's just hold here for a minute. We got some thick boys coming. You're fairly well defended. You're pretty well defended. Okay. That's the turn. Seems like they have come into siege Silkspire. That is fine with me. We lost the planet due to annexation. Fine. I eject all of you. Light casualty fight. However, that's not all the forces that we can bring to bear here. Let's get another funnel web and all of you guys. How much is that? 36. Yeah, that's a bit too much. Maybe you guys can fit. Nope. You guys can fit. 24. Are you telling me that can't fit in here? Is my math that bad? 24. That's 70. Yeah, okay. You know, just put the one extra funnel web in there. Light casualties. Ooh, you know what we could do? We could actually take this out. No casualties. Get out. That one's a light casualty fight. Don't like the sound of that at all. No casualty fight. We took a little bit of damage, but disaster averted once more. We still have 11 ships down here. Can we take them? No casualties. Take them. Moderate casualties. Moderate casualties. Light and no casualties. Let's do a quick strike here. If it is indeed no casualties, we will fall back to the safety. I do want all of these things. All of them. What's Durantium selling for right now? 500. 1,000 for Illyrium. Sanity. See if we can distract them a bit with this communication service. Thing is, we are going to need Durantium to build these up, but even the 10% influence growth, if we surround our planet with it, it's going to be good for us. You are my invader. We will still need this defended. Game, please, just let my ships go into the shipyard. The shipyard has tons of space. Just let it happen. Oh my god. Well, we're screwed. We're screwed. If I can't get ships in to defend my shipyard, we're screwed. At which point, it's better off just letting them blow up the shipyard. Abandon the shipyard. Keep the fleet together. God, I hate this so much. I hate this thing so much. Yeah, this thing with the not being able to park my ships into the shipyard bothers me. It bothers me a lot. Yes, it does. Okay, now we would like to keep an eye on this Kryn war. Let's maybe put a satellite over in Kryn Sith and see if they're able to fight with the Arceans. You guys need to hold here for a minute. We're going to lose quite a few stuff. Thank you very much, game, for your furries. Never mind. Every month we are making progress. We're defending. The Terran Alliance have been destroyed. Okay. Well, guess we don't have to worry about that. And it seems like the Yor have taken control of all of this. The Arceans still on top, but I'm glad that the Arceans aren't getting all of this territory. They will flip to the Yor, and that may pull the Yor into this conflict. However, the Yor don't really have a military with which to stop this. So now it's really on between the Arcean and the Kryn. And the Arceans, I think they're just unstoppable. I think they're unstoppable. This will be a moderate casualty fight for us. We have one dreadnought, a battleship, and a bunch of destroyers. 0 to 400 on the beam attacks should claim a life at least. No casualties, in fact. Clean it up. Moderate casualties. That does not work for me, unfortunately. It is 6 months on the siege, so we can wait and just blast them down. But maybe accepting light casualties here is fine. We lost a cruiser. That is okay with me. What I will do, since we have all this movement, is just scout along this hyperlane. And see if there's any more inbound. Does not seem like there is. Okay. Thought I saw something there for a second. We're still fine here. Drengi is going to fall in 2 months, giving us our first bit of progress. At Hector, we'll try to squeeze out some more huntsmen. In the shadow of our looming victory, we magnanimously offer you a ceasefire. Get fucked. I refuse. Our flagship has stumbled upon a derelict satellite, an ancient library filled with unknown knowledge. Yes, we will immediately conduct a study, Gigamass, in 1 month, and then maybe we can actually see about going up to Stellar Nexus, so we can build up some cultural nexi and really start pushing back our borders. The big problem is we still need to deal with this somehow. We still need progress. Our ship range is only out to here. But if we build a starbase over here, then maybe we can get another out and another and begin a war with the Arceans. We'll have to see what sort of ships the Arceans have, construct a design that is well suited to fighting the Arceans, and then hopefully, I mean, this is all assuming, I feel like we've stabilized in the war. Go ahead and pressure the scientists. I feel like we've stabilized the war a little bit, but we are in still no shape a match for the Arcean Republic. I'll just have a look at one of their fleets here. They're up to 57. They've got a ton of frigates, bombers, cruisers. Their cruisers have got a little bit of everything. 50 shielding. 50 shielding. 2 barrier fields. No armor, shattering pulse, repair nanite clouds. Pretty standard stuff. Okay. Pretty standard. All standard. Very standard. However, the Arceans are coming in. How's our friends the Kryn doing? If they're doing okay. You guys keep an eye on things over here for us. Total loss at Silkspire Shipyard. Well, there's not much I can do about it when the game won't let me defend my goddamn shipyards. Is there? Absolutely disgusting. There is Gigamass Harvesting, however. Monument of Cosmic Majesty. Kind of cute. Gravimetric Shields is here. Stellar Architecture in 63. That is a silly amount of time. We aren't actually doing that much science at this stage of the game. We just don't have the planets for it. But let's go for the antimatter power plant. We can't build it, but, you know, is 4 shields any good for us? No. Another 10% on our shield strength, however, may be good, but I think it's got to be the 10% for our shields. A light casualty fight. You know, it wouldn't be this way if the game allowed us to defend our spaceport. But it is what it is, as they say. It is what it is. As soon as this fleet is freed up, I think we try to hold as many of these as possible. So it's going to be quite a long siege. Going to be slow going. Here's our constructor. Let's begin building the highway so we can try to intervene in this war over here and maybe lend some aid to these guys if it looks like they're losing. Let's keep an eye on the Kryn's ship count and power base. You are not very strong. You guys are slowly succumbing to attrition. Slowly, but we hold. Great. Our shipyard is back. I think let's get a weaver out and then back to huntsman. I think we just need ships. I need workers. You go to sleep. I'm just spying on these guys. You're holding. I need a resupply on you. Might as well tickle you. However, we did capture Drengi. It is ours. I see you. Rough you up a little bit. There's that military starbase. I do want to capture that. And I want to capture everything. It's all mine. But okay, we have Drengi. Do we have any good leaders? I really hate our leaders. We'll wait for them to cycle out. Now, this fleet might be in for a little bit of trouble. We are deep in enemy territory. But we did get that world. And with it, we're going to claim this military starbase. And we're going to swing back around and punch these guys in the face. Oh my god. That is a lot of supply ships. I don't think I can capture those, can I? I kill the military. Excellent. We get a level up as well. Give me crew quarters. Now, there should be another military starbase. We don't have any movement. Just squish it. Just squish it. So many transports. Okay, you guys are holding. Our ambassador's ship was destroyed while in orbit of your home planet. We believe your government is behind it. We demand reparations. Yes, we did it. What are you going to do about it, clones? I don't give a damn. Okay, they're pulling back. Yes, that's right. Retreat. Retreat, nerds. Is that an X-Wing? Next stop. I'm not even going to bother fighting that. Do we have any big defenses anywhere? That's a culture starbase. Economic. I don't see any other military starbases. There should be. Whatever. Take the planet. No casualties. Quick battle it out. Give it to me. 3 months for a planetary assault. Invade it. We can sit here all day long and in fact just go ahead and zap that shipyard. Probably something to kill there. Excellent. Excellent. Now the Arceans. 73% of the way to a victory. Didn't I have a ship? Yeah, okay. It's going to take a while for him to fly out there. We'll send you over here in hopes that they get there. We'll probably see a war declaration coming out of these guys. I need to get rid of that pirate frigate because I have some ships flying through here and I would like them to stay safe. Come back around. Rebuild the shipyard. And we hold. We hold. Not only do we hold, we are inching out progress. Soon after Drengi, we'll have this entire system that will hopefully force them to focus their attention. The geode is just a hop, skip, and a jump right over here. I might just drive in and take that over. Claim all of this territory and then see about getting the Luxar out of the game in earnest. After that, it may be an idea that we now swing and take out the clones as well, that we have a military. And the clones aren't very strong. They also do hate us. We are technically stronger than the clones, so now might be the time to strike. And then, once we have all of this, we will try our best to stop the Arceans from winning the game, if we can. It looks like they are starting to take these worlds from the Kryn. That is more territory. We're assuming it is the Arceans that is doing it, but it might very well be the Yor. We have a lot. Let's do a telescope takeover just because we can. Let's see what there is. It is indeed the Arceans. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Well, they're definitely claiming this region. Also, the Kryn world down here in your territory is falling. But it seems like they're not at war with the Yor, are they? No, the Yor aren't at war with anybody. Okay. Well, the Arceans are having it all their own way at the moment. And this could very quickly spiral into a victory for the Arceans, but we are building or trying to build up our hyperlane so that maybe we can come to the aid of the Kryn home territory, and then from there, if the opportunity presents itself, maybe strike out at the Arceans themselves. But that'll be for another episode. Advanced missile weapon prototype. We're not really using missiles, but I'll take it. But that's where we're going to end this episode. I'm pretty confident we'll be able to claim all of this. Whether or not we'll be able to get that done in time to stop these guys from winning a prestige victory remains to be seen. And then once, you know, hopefully these guys specifically are able to do something to slow them down or stop them entirely or cancel each other out so that we can swoop in and make something happen. But they need to buy us time. That's all that they need. Just buy us time, allow us to get our ship range up, and then I will declare war and start sending ships over to the Arceans and start maybe thinning down their numbers, causing some problems. I'll also have all of these worlds in their production to keep, you know, building our ships, which will be superior. Make no mistake. But yes. Thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the series. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below as it really helps us grow. And we will see you in the next episode. Bye!